Hi, welcome to Wayfinder Field Skills. Today we launch into looking at pack frames and harnesses in more detail. If you missed the first video, make sure to have a look on the Wayfinder page for it. It's well worth viewing for a general overview of hiking packs. Okay, let's get into it. I'll start with the pack frame and then go over the harness before showing you my method of adjusting the pack harness so that it fits you properly every time. Now, pretty much every hiking pack on the market has a frame of some sort. To be clear, I'm not talking about day bags or backpacks that you might use to tote gear to and from work or school, but larger capacity packs that have been built for use in outdoor pursuits. Pack frames come in two broad categories, internal and external frame packs. Modern packs are almost universally of an internal frame design. The only real exception to this are military packs and some hunting packs. For the military, the external frame design is still in use partially because of the requirement to carry ridiculously heavy loads, and also the packs need to be able to withstand high impact use, such as use in parachute operations. But I think it's also because in the military culture, it's considered the norm to use an external pack frame. For hunting purposes, the external frame has some favour because it means the hunters can separate the bag from the frame and strap meat from their harvest directly to the frame, rather than putting it into the pack bag with their clothes and food and stuff like that. This also puts the load right against the back, which is the best place to carry heavy items. Regardless of internal or external design, the purpose of the frame is to provide structure to the pack and, in concert with the harness, direct most of the weight to the wearer's hips, rather than placing too much load directly on the shoulders. A well-designed frame should also allow the wearer to maintain normal biomechanical movement patterns. This is generally done by being vertically rigid and rotationally flexible to accommodate for the normal rotation that occurs through the spine as you walk. First, the outlier here in terms of design is the larger pack. This is an external frame pack. It has this external frame sheet here with carbon rods sewn into this heavy cordura fabric. They run diagonally and vertically. This frame is massively overbuilt and designed to carry heavy loads. Extremely rigid vertically, however it still maintains some torsional flexibility. Next is this mountain climbing pack. It has an extremely simple pack design, but given the weights that it's expected to carry, works very effectively. It simply has this U-shaped metal rod sitting in as its frame. As you can see, this is curved to try and align itself with the natural curvature of your spine. It also has this foam frame sheet here, which is designed to just increase a little bit of the rigidity and provide wearer comfort. As you can see, it has plenty of rotational flexibility. The smallest pack has a similar design to the last pack, but instead of a single moulded piece of steel, it has two carbon rods sewn into this frame sheet here. Vertically rigid, but still providing some torsional flexibility. Given the thickness of these rods, I suspect it can carry a much heavier load than the mountain climbing pack does. Okay, now that we've had an in-depth look at the frame, let's move on to the harness. The harness of the pack is designed to transfer the weight of the pack to your body, hopefully as comfortably as possible. Generally, the harness should enable a lot of the weight to be directed to your hips rather than resting on your shoulders. The majority of modern packs have the same four main components in their harness. They are the waist belt, the shoulder straps, the chest strap, and load lifters. The waist belt is where much of the load should be directed. Because of this, it is often quite wide, well padded, and somewhat rigid to evenly spread the load across your hips. Now, the shoulder straps, they transfer a certain amount of load to your body and are also relatively wide, padded, and somewhat rigid. They're usually adjustable for back length and shoulder width. The sternum strap is there simply to hold the shoulder straps in so they don't sit too widely on your shoulders and cause unnecessary discomfort. The load lifters lie between the shoulder straps and the top of the pack and help to draw the pack in towards the back, reducing unwanted pack sway. Also, when the shoulder straps and sternum straps are properly adjusted, they will work to reduce some of the load on the shoulders and help to direct that load back into the frame and down to the waist belt. Now, let's look at how we fit and adjust the pack harness properly. Different pack manufacturers will have varying methods of adjustment for their pack and harness, and differing advice for getting the correct fit, but I've found that if I use the following method, it seems to work for any pack that I wear. First, let's get the harness roughly sized. To do this, I fit the empty pack to my back and adjust the waist belt so it is sitting comfortably centered on my iliac crest. For English speakers, the iliac crest is the top of your hip bones, so reaching down and locating the top of your hip bones, the waist belt should sit roughly centered. Just draw this up nice and tight. I then draw the shoulder straps tight enough to take out any slack. If your pack has vertical adjustment for the shoulder straps, you want the load lifters to sit at the apex of the shoulder straps or slightly forward of that so they're just over your clavicle or collarbones. If your pack manufacturer has guidelines on vertical adjustment of the shoulder straps, they are worth looking at, as they'll often recommend a measurement of your spine for the correct length adjustment. Once I get the waist and shoulder straps close to where I want them, and this doesn't need to be precise as we'll fine tune shortly, then I like to put a bit of load into the pack. This pack is designed to carry a pretty heavy load, so I use a 20 kilo bag of sand. In most cases, 8 to 10 kilos should be plenty. Now putting the pack back on, I once again get the waist strap where I want it and get it comfortably tight. Tighten the shoulder straps till they're tight and just a smidge bit more. And do up the chest strap, just taking out the slack. I now adjust the load lifters until there is a little tension to bring the top of the pack to your back. At this point, the harness should be pretty well fitted, but you might have to make some minor adjustments as the load settles. So to go over the process again, adjust your waist belt, ensuring that it sits centered on your iliac crest. Take all the slack out of the shoulder straps and then just a smidge more. Do up the chest strap. This doesn't need to be too tight. And finally take the slack out of the load lifters and then just a smidge more. And your harness should be pretty well adjusted to you. That's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed the video and stay tuned for the next video where I'll go through packing the pack. I hope that everybody is staying healthy and sane as we get through this current crisis. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.